Welcome to part 2, lesson 4, tools. In this video, I'm going to show you all of the tools that I prefer to use. There are no right or wrong tools. If you use tools that are different from the ones that I show you, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. This video is just showing you some of the tools that I currently prefer to use at this time. First, I'm going to go over the combs. I like to use shampoo combs, which you will see throughout the video. I use these to detangle the hair. Sometimes I even use this comb just to comb through my daughter's hair because it's so thick. So sometimes I could just use this as a regular comb for her. But what this is a shampoo comb. I have two of them, a black one and a red one. I also like to use the pintail comb, of course, or some call it the rat tail comb. This helps you make precise parts. Smaller, thinner teeth also always help you make precise parts too when you're parting the hair. The only caution I would like to give you about this comb is if you have smaller toddlers that move around a lot while you're styling their hair, not at that stage where they sit still, I recommend you get the plastic one. These combs are all the combs I've showed you so far are made by Annie, but the plastic one, it has the tip as well. It's not as precise, but you don't have to worry about poking your child severely as you would with this one. Of course, you want to use caution with both, but this one is a little more safer if you're dealing with a busy toddler. Another one of my favorites now I like to use, this is a V-shaped straightening comb. This comb is great to do the chase method if you use heat from time to time. It's also a good comb to use to help you trim the hair. I have a video showing how I use it to trim the hair, and that video will be included in the lesson of trimming. You'll see that in that lesson. This also is a comb that I've been using lately. It does come like this. I think that's for parting purposes. This comb is made by Diane, which is I found it to be a very unique comb. This comb was $1.99. All of the combs that I've showed you previously were all 99 cents, but this one is $2. And I just like it because the front tip of it makes it easy for me to make my part here when I want to part my hair out and just, you know, have a comb that's flowing and not where the teeth aren't too close together but aren't too far apart. This one is also good for parting as well. That's it for the combs. For brushes, I like to use this. This is actually a new brush that I recently purchased. This is for your baby hairs to help get them precise. It has a comb on one end and the brush on the other. This is called Cameron's Gentle Edges, and this is the packaging that it came in. This was $1.99. I got this at a local beauty supply store as well. I have 3 other brushes. All of these I believe are by Annie. This is the regular boar bristle brush. I think it comes with a little thin comb. Then this is called a teaser brush, but this brush I found was great to use when I was doing my daughter's box braids. And you know, when you put the gel on it to get the hair down flat, this is a good brush to use to force it down, to get it to lay down really good. This brush is good for that. And then this little small thin brush is good for that. And these are all Annie products actually. So these 2 brushes were 99 cents. This one was $2.99. This is a wave brush. It's actually much thicker. I use this more so on my daughter's hair, and I use this one on mine. But this one was, I think, $1.99 or $2.99, and then this was also 99 cents. Most of the tools I use are 99 cents in my local beauty supply store. This is a trimming. These are trimming scissors. These are also by Annie. These may have been $3.99 or somewhere in that ballpark. I've had them for a couple of years, but they are very inexpensive, and this is what I use when I trim my hair or my daughter's hair. As far as hair clips, I have these that I use from the Main Choice. They grab any amount of hair and hold them pretty snug. I have had on a couple of occasions where hair has gotten caught within this crack right here, so I have to be cautious with the amount of hair that I put in it for that reason. And then I do have quite a few of these type clamps that you use to hold the hair when you want to section it off. When I'm braiding, I found that these, I think these are called duck bills or duck clamps. These are really good to section hair off to when you're braiding. So these work really well. These come in a package. You probably get maybe, I don't know, I want to say maybe 10 or 12 of them in a pack. But these are also good. Another detangling tool that I always have to have, this is my absolute favorite. This is the Knot Genie brush. It comes in 3 different sizes. It's this size, there's a smaller size, and then there's one with a handle. I mostly use the large one, and it's shaped kind of like your hand, and this works extremely well for detangling hair, especially when it's wet. This works really well. Let's see. As far as hair tools, I have 2 flat irons that are my favorites. I do have discount links for both of these flat irons, and I will also do my best to link all of these products down in the description box on YouTube. But this one is by Irresistible Me. This is the diamond. This one is my absolute favorite flat iron, the Irresistible Me diamond. The next one, this is by Duval. I have a 70% off code for this one, actually, that can be used at any time. My code for the Irresistible Me one can only be used when there is not a site-wide sale on the website, so keep that in mind. This one is by Duval. This one works very well also. I enjoy using that one. As far as the blow dryer, I use the Red Tourmaline 2400 ceramic. Any blow dryer by Red is going to be pretty good. If you like to do the tension method, you know, with a Denman brush or something like that, it works well for that. I personally like to use the comb end. That's what works great for me. So this pretty much stays on my blow dryer because that's the only way I use it. But you have this, and I always use this on warm. I have no need to ever use it on hot. Oh, and I have a, if you like to use the blow dryer or the dryer that you sit under, this one I've had for a while. I don't even know if they still sell this, but it's by Lavatech, and I can open it up so you can see how it works. You open it and it opens up like this, and of course you sit up under it. You sit it on the table, and this works really well. I am due to replace it because the knob has come off, but I use pliers to work it, but it still works. So as far as good quality, I would say this is great quality because I've had it for probably 13 years now. I also like to use this when I'm shampooing. You connect this to your faucet in the kitchen, and then you have your shampoo hose that you use. I know they sell these on Amazon. I'll link to some in the description box, but you can also purchase this at your local beauty supply. I don't quite remember how much I paid for it because I've had this probably for upwards of 10 years as well, but they aren't that expensive. It's not going to be, it shouldn't be more than $6 or $7. So as far as tools, I want to make sure I covered everything that I put aside for you guys. those are pretty much all the basic tools that you need. I do have a lot of other styling and curling tools, but you know, those aren't basic. Those are, you know, I guess you would say advanced tools. So I just wanted to share with you the basics of what's good to have in your tool stash. So that's it for lesson 2, part 2, lesson 4, tools.